friends, today I'm going to be showing you how to make homemade natural deodorant that actually works. First you'll need something to put the deodorant in, and I like to use these little mason jars. You'll also need a microwave safe cup to warm your coconut oil in, like this one. Next you'll need measuring cups. And the deodorant is a base of coconut oil, arrowroot powder, which can be found near the flower, baking soda, and whatever essential oil you like. I'm using grapefruit. Measure a half a cup of coconut oil. There are two types of coconut oils: low to medium heat non-processed coconut oil that still smells like a coconut, and then there's high heat processed coconut oil that doesn't really smell like anything. Choose whatever you like based on what you want to smell like. Next, warm your coconut oil up in the microwave until it's this consistency. That should take about 5 to 15 seconds. Measure 1/4 a cup of arrowroot powder and add it to the coconut oil. Next, measure out your baking soda. You're going to want to use between 1/4 of a cup and 1/8 of a cup. The more baking soda you use, the better fighting protection you will have. But too much baking soda can cause irritation to your skin. Mix everything up until there are absolutely no lumps left. This is an optional step, but to ensure that there are no lumps left and that everything's distributed evenly, I poured it through a strainer. Next, add 10 to 20 drops of your essential oil. Last, pour your deodorant into your containers. Put the lids on and then place the deodorants in the freezer. This will make the coconut oil a solid again and prevent the baking soda from falling to the bottom. Okay, so after your deodorant has been in the freezer and it's set so that all the stuff doesn't settle to the bottom, it should be nice and hard like this. And anytime you want to put deodorant on, you just grab a little bit, about this much, and you would rub it into your armpit, but that would just be awkward if I did that now. And yeah, you just rub it in. And the coconut oil melts, I think, around 77, 76 degrees. So obviously your body is warmer than that. And so it'll just melt on your skin and it'll soak in. There are a couple things you can do if you notice that your armpits are sensitive to the baking soda. First, you can try to coordinate your showers so that you don't shave your armpits right before putting on the deodorant in the morning. So if you can do the shower the night before, that helps. In general, you might want to apply a little lotion to your armpits before applying this. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but if you think about it, you put lotion on your legs after you shave them. Why wouldn't you do the same with your armpits? It's like very sensitive skin under there, and it helps to moisturize it. All of this is going to last you for months and months and months, because just a little bit goes a long way. Now you may think this might be kind of expensive because you have to get the coconut oil and the arrowroot powder and whatever essential oils you want. Of course, baking soda is very affordable. But this actually makes so much that you're going to be good for probably the whole year with just those ingredients that you buy that one time. And it may even extend to longer than that. So it's really, really not that much money if you look at how long it's going to last you. I swear that this works better than even your typical deodorant. Now, one thing to think about when you're using these, this is an antiperspirant. The aluminum in this deodorant is what keeps you from sweating. So this, even the arrowroot powder kind of is a little bit absorbent, but in general this is not going to prevent you from sweating. But because of the baking soda, you will not smell like anything at all. You'll just smell like a beautiful tropical drink. So that is something to keep in mind. If you sweat a lot, I think a lot of women think they sweat more than they do. If you're in a situation where you're worried about sweating, like you're going to a wedding or you're going to be outside all day, sure, use the aluminum deodorant for those days. But I just think it's nice for your typical everyday. In the winter especially, you're not going to sweat very much. One thing to keep in mind, if your house does get warmer than 76 degrees, the coconut oil will melt. If it melts, you might get the separation of the baking soda and the arrowroot powder, and you don't want that because you don't want the baking soda to be so concentrated, because then you will get irritated armpits once you get to the bottom. What you need to do if that happens is stir it up, make sure all the lumps and bumps are out, and then stick it in the freezer to harden it again. And then if your house is consistently warmer than that, you may want to keep the deodorant in the fridge just to keep it solid. So now I want to talk to you about why I switched from regular deodorant to natural deodorant. If you look at a regular deodorant, on the back, you're going to notice that it says the active ingredient is aluminum, zirconium, tetrachlorohydrex, and typically it's in a percentage somewhere around 18. I think sometimes it's 12. It has different percentages. Usually it's higher in women because women are so scared of sweating. If you look at the warnings, it says ask doctor before use if you have kidney disease. So if you just think about that for a second, kidney disease is obviously an internal disease, and so nobody's eating this. So obviously you're soaking up that aluminum. There's been a lot of speculation and concern as to whether the aluminum in deodorant could cause breast cancer, and they're also worried about like neurological disease like Alzheimer's. So basically you don't want metals to enter your body. It's the same with like mercury and all that kind of stuff. Even if all the research isn't there yet, and it's just correlations and things like that, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Also, products like this are full of other chemicals like petrol chemicals and fragrances that are full of, fragrances can have all kinds of bad chemicals in them. So I would rather just stick to something so natural that you could eat it. And so that's what's great about the recipe that I use. When I decided I wanted to go more natural for deodorant, at first I tried products like this. It's your typical natural deodorant that you could get at a health food store or something. And so I tried a bunch of different natural store-bought deodorants, and none of them worked. They weren't long lasting at all. And so that's when I decided to try making it on my own. And after I found that recipe online somewhere, and I tried it out several times, and as you could see in the video, I adjusted the amount of baking soda, but the baking soda is really what keeps you smelling good all day long. You can put it on in the morning and you'll smell good for hours and hours and hours and hours. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to see more of me and get updates on videos and stuff, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks guys.